Okay, well, first I want to share that 99% of the comments on my channel are really very lovely. But I came across one a couple weeks ago that was not so lovely. I'm going to put it in here and talk to you, let you read it a minute, and then show you what my response was. And then I'm going to chat with you a little bit about how I started this channel and how comments like these just simply don't matter. So I've had my YouTube channel for a few months now. And if you're not interested in the get to know me part, I'm going to put a timestamp here where you can go shopping with me for ugly crap. I went back to the same thrift store that the commenter talked about. And if you're not interested in that at all, then you can skip on by this video. But what I wanted to share with you is how I got started on my YouTube channel and encourage you at our age to try some new things as well. So I'm going to go back a little bit. I was working at a corporate or nonprofit job. I hit about year 7. I've never been one to stay with jobs for much longer than that. And I hit year 7. I was getting a little itchy. I had that itch, and then COVID hit. So I was working from home at that point, which gave me it was like a new job almost, being able to work from home. But during that time, my husband moved out and moved in with my mother, who lived a mile and a half from us because she was diagnosed with dementia. Also, during that time, our oldest son was in the process of trying to plan a wedding. So we had a lot going on. So I can tell you that whole my husband moving out for an older woman, that may be a whole nother video. But so after COVID had subsided and I went back to work, it was days after my mom's funeral. And that was it for me. I went back to an environment that was not serving me well at all. And I decided then that I was going to be done at the end of the year. So, but I didn't want to be done working. I'm 62 years old, never intended to be retired. And I knew eBay and Poshmark, and I was going to set upon putting more focus on those two platforms. So right after I left work, ironically, our son and daughter-in-law were living with us. They were building a home nearby, and we were able to have them here for a few months. And during that time, our daughter-in-law said to me, we were talking about dog walking and that we met a dog walker, my husband and I, and our daughter-in-law said, you guys should get on the Rover app. And I didn't know what that was. I've done some videos about that. I and my husband absolutely love it. It has been the most fun retirement gig I can ever imagine. I no way did I anticipate me being a dog walker at this stage of our lives. So I began doing that. My husband gives youth hitting baseball lessons to kids in our community. He works at a friend's clothing store just one morning a week. And I realized that we're doing retirement differently than our friends. A lot of our friends are traveling or home, or can't wait to be done with work and counting the days till retirement starts. I never felt like that. So this YouTube channel came around, and I was watching other resellers and other people our age doing a channel, and I thought, well, should I? And all of those things that you're probably thinking crept into my mind. What if nobody watches? What if I don't look good? What if I say something really, really stupid? What if I don't know what to talk about? And I got to tell you, our two sons weren't thinking this was the greatest idea for their mother. Like, what mother is like a YouTube star? And I'm not certainly not a YouTube star. And they've come around. They've been very kind about it since they kind of got an idea of what it was that I wanted to do. And I started posting videos about those different things that my husband and I do in retirement. And I got to tell you, everyone was nice. And I just wanted to share that one comment because simply I want to encourage you that if you're in your later year, I don't know if we're even later yet, but if you're this age and you want to step away from what you know and you want to start something new and you want to try something new, It has been so fun for me to have my own voice. I didn't feel like that when I was working. I feel like now in this channel, it just gives me an opportunity. When people make comments like that, then simply don't watch. I am monetized on this channel. I do make money on my videos, but it's simply okay, just don't watch. So I want to encourage you, if there's something you want to try, if there's something you want to do, if there's a YouTube channel you want to start, you really should go for it. So we're back at the store where I guess I was told I was bragging, and I want to take you around and you and I can go look for some more ugly crap. So we are back at the Value Village, Ark Value Village in New Hope, Minnesota. The last time I recorded here, I called it Golden Valley, but a couple of viewers said it was New Hope, and I think they're right. My girlfriend lived very close to my childhood girlfriend, very close here, and she lived in Golden Valley. So this one's New Hope on Winnetka. So I wanted to bring you back here. My husband and I were driving out this way for another reason, and when I drove by this store, I kind of remembered that comment, and I thought I'm going to go back in. And to be honest with you, I was going to go look for the gravy boat with an underplate and see if it was still there and see how much it truly was a value compared to the things that I found. So I got a kick out of that comment. Don't let them get you down. It truly, truly doesn't matter. I refer to it as a keyboard warrior. It's okay. People have the right to their feelings, but you know what? So do I. So in comparison to the store that I brought you to, my one of my last videos, or my last video, it was the Richfield location, and it just doesn't look like this. So I'm wondering, does Richfield send their items over here? Because even on this day, the donations were really lovely. There was the prices were 99 cents and $1.49 and $1.99. You can't beat that. Of course, I think you need to stop by often. They had a color tag. I think it was yellow this week. So you have to stop by often because it comes and goes. This was someone's little collection that was donated. That was cute. There were things that the suitcase, this trunk, I didn't take the time to tell if it truly was with vintage tags or if it was just made to look like it. That was adorable, this little vintage suitcase with all those travel tags. I liked that. I couldn't tell if that was truly vintage or if that was made to look vintage, but I thought that was a really cute piece. So we're going to take a little poke around here and I'm going to show you some of the things. This is one of them. It was cute. It was a vintage tea cozy. So I'm not even certain what that was, but I do a Google image search, which I've done a video on how you can learn how to do that as well. This was adorable. This was about aging and being retired, and I thought that was really a cute little find. So this store had a lot of goodies again. I really did like what I saw here. One of the reasons I like doing these videos too is I kind of am able to show you around before you make the trek out. Was interesting. That if that was ebony, that would have been a really great find. I left everything behind for you today, so if there's anything that catches your eye, it may or may not still be there, but I left it all behind. The reason I was kind of tapping on that is it looked like marble, but that was actually plastic. Those masks, I do really well reselling wooden masks, carved masks. Those I've found can be quite lucrative for resale. But I do like being able to preview the stores for you and let you see what I see. May not be that way. You remember those from the 70s where these two world's best mom, I swear I've seen those, like Russ. I think those were Russ. These were interesting. I ran a comp on that. He is playing a saxophone and she is closing her ears. Those I did run an image search on. Those did not bring a whole lot of money, but those were awfully cute. I feel like, here collections, people donate their collections. I think the inventory, both times I was there, I thought the inventory was really lovely. This was a Patron bottle. Didn't have a cork. I think with a cork, I would have maybe looked that one up, but that's a missing piece, but heavy, really nice quality. Maybe that was worth something. Looks like 50% off yellow tags today. So glassware again, I did not do the tapping of the glassware, but I guess if you do a ping, that helps to determine crystal, if it makes that sound, crystal from glass. A viewer was sharing that with me. So I really appreciate when you guys comment and tell me the things you see and tell me the things you like or that I maybe should have picked up. I really do appreciate that because you can't know everything about everything, right? They do their vases and their glassware pottery by color, which is so cool. I really liked this piece. I thought that was lovely. Talk about it each and every time, but if you're hosting a party, Thanksgiving, come to the thrift stores. You can find, this was a piece by Milson and Lewis. If you look up that brand, though, they had some cute pottery items. You can find some amazing ways to decorate for an event. No more am I going to shop at the regular stores or Amazon. This piece, if it's what I think it is, Franciscan Desert Rose, that's what it looked like. That was a beautiful set. Gorgeous. An entire set there, which I thought was really just so lovely. If you need candles, candle holders, frames, don't discount coming to the thrift store. You're going to find a lot nicer. And does it really matter if your frame is used? It doesn't to me. And in fact, I donated so many of them, but now I talked about now we have a grandson. So now I need frames back because our son and daughter-in-law give us photos all the time. This was beautiful. I did not run a comp, but it was like a soapstone. It was carved. I'm going to pop in a screenshot of this. I kept looking at it and turning it over. I knew that was kind of something special, but I couldn't tell any sort of tag on the bottom. So I did not pick that up, but that was beautiful. I look back and I think of all the things that I've donated in the past, and had I known, I didn't know about reselling. I didn't have time to be a reseller. We were running all over with our boys to sports and going, and I think about the carloads and carloads and carloads of things that I donated, just happy that they maybe would find a new home. Little did I know in retirement and right before I retired that I would have had a way to bring these items to new homes. I have had so many comments. I've been doing this for 7 years now. I've had so many comments of people telling me, thank you. I love it. That orange plate, Kalika. I had so much Kalika dinnerware that was really expensive back in the day. I think that was 99 cents at the thrift. I've had people just share with me, I'm so happy to have this. They've taken photos and showed me where they put it in their home, that it reminds them of something their mom had, that they love that piece. And that brings a whole lot of joy to keep it out of the landfill and bring it into homes of people that really, truly want it. Brian, my husband, has a really hard time getting rid of things. I mean, really hard. And there have been letters and notes, not actual letters, but notes that have been sent about some of the things that were his parents that we have sold, of people that have it. And it really, now he feels so much better reselling it. And it doesn't, not because it was $100, the $10 sales. He feels so much better when he knows and feels like someone else wants it. He truly believes someone else wants it. I'm not a sentimental. I love these little, and the end caps here. You can shop out of these. I love it. This is where some of the good stuff lives. I'm not a sentimental. I don't have that history growing up where I remember my mom using. I don't have that. So I'm okay getting rid of things. And oh, these lamps are really nice. And so I'm okay. I don't have the sentimental. It's just things. The one thing I did that I really liked is had some sentimental value to me, much sentimental, is our kids' artwork. And you know what I did? I took pictures of, I had bags and boxes, and I took a photo of the artwork and I made little shutterfly books out of them. Little teeny tiny 8x8 shutterfly books of all of their artwork. And I thought that would be with two boys, 29, 33. That's how old they are now. They don't want their artwork, but maybe they or their wives would want a little tiny book of the artwork. So, And my husband likes that idea too. If you have some things that are sentimental that you just can't part with, maybe you can take a picture of it and you'll have it, you'll remember it, and then Shutterfly, make it into a book. I've given many books away as gifts. Our daughter-in-law's wedding dress shopping, our first grandchild's first year, Shutterfly books, they're the way to go. Don't Pet bowls, don't forget about those. Some are really high quality and can bring some really good money too. So I'm going to finish up here the video with showing you the sheer amount of clothing. I'm go over to the hard goods. That's where I like. But on my way out, I wanted to show you. They do a really nice. They have tons of room, just like the store in Richfield, but it's not empty. They have tons of room, and the things are displayed really, really nicely. They have a section around the corner here of retro clothing, and I did go in and peek at some of that. That was kind of fun. I talked about it last time. I think they might have a personal shopper here, or they did, where you can come in and make an appointment. I don't know about that now. This was pre-COVID, but you could like make an appointment and someone will pull things for you, which I think is such a great idea. I do think they have an online store. I think they do. I'm not certain, but most of the thrift stores do, and I'm totally okay with that. Pull the pieces that can bring you the most amount of money. But running an eBay or a Poshmark shop is work, and then you have to ship it out. So what you can't do with that, leave it to the rest of us, and we'll help you get rid of these things and not send them to the landfills. We just have so much stuff. So look at the clothing. It was nice and a lot of it. I really do kind of like the accessories here in the back, the amount of shoes and belts and scarves and jewelry. They had a nice selection of women's accessories. I thought they were really unique and a really nice quality and not very much money. You can see how different it is at with the accessories and the everything, clothing, the handbags, the shoes. It's packed, and the store in Richfield had nothing. So I might venture over to the one in Bloomington. I had heard that that one people were saying was a nice store, but I really like Value Village. I think I prefer this over the Goodwill. I like their pricing, and their inventory is nice, certainly at this store. So I might give if you have a comment about if you've been at the Bloomington store and you recently and you like that, it's fun to compare, and it's fun to be able to bring you all along and show you. I even had a viewer say, I'm not able to get out much. It's just nice to kind of be able to poke around a store and feel like I'm shopping. So for all of those reasons, I think it's a lot of fun to be able to go and take you along with me. I do tend to like the community thrift stores a little bit more, but this one is a good one. I do like this store. That wallet that I was just shuffling through was Longaberger. I had no idea they made wallets. They make pottery as well. I'd sold a piece of pottery that was Longaberger. I thought that was just baskets. So learned something new. It is fun for me too to be able to just kind of shop without having to shop. I always learn things when I go and do these videos. I've mentioned it before. I'm waiting for church rummage sale season, even more than yard sales. I don't know about you, but when I'm at a yard sale, I always feel like awkward, like, oh, hi, and here I am, and I'm not going to buy your stuff. But people love yard sales. I always think I'll just go to the church rummage sale where everyone's pretty darn nice and poke around all by myself. But I always get this like awkward feeling. There was someone's wedding veil. That was actually quite pretty. But I really focused in on this vintage hat, and had it had a size or a marking, wasn't that cool? Loved that. I've said it also before that the vintage things in clothing too, you can't find it anymore, and it's made so much better. Isn't that beautiful? So had that one had a size or a mark to say even who made it, that one might have landed in my cart. I'm trying awful hard to wait. List what we have. I've found a few treasures that have sold that I've showed you, but don't need to be buying anymore. Love to learn more about jewelry. I've sold my own custom jewelry. I've put it in a lot, meaning just put it all together. People like it for crafts. People like to resell it. I've gone through what my mom had from the 80s and 90s, what I had from the 80s and 90s, and any sort of jewelry I buy, I've been picking up for personal use at the rummage or at the thrift stores. So much better prices. I don't need any real jewelry, and I did something really nice after my mom passed away. Took the stone from her wedding ring and remade my wedding ring, and so I'm always able now to wear her ring as well. I added that stone in another with mine, and that was a really I love doing that. I didn't know what to do with a lot of her things, and certainly her wedding ring was one of them. So I ended up bringing that into a jewelry store along with some of her actual real jewelry. And brought it all there and ended up just picking out another stone for myself and using the money that was from that jewelry into making myself a different wedding ring. So that was a good thing. I'm really happy to have that. So I guess I'm sentimental about a few things, but not very many things. I actually asked one of our sons if he would want grandma's diamond, but that wasn't interesting to him at all. So again, that's why so many things end up in the thrift stores, because we either have it ourselves or we inherit it and we don't know what to do with it. So my children's artwork, my mom's diamond. I can't think of very many things that I have wanted or needed to keep other than those couple things. And I'll end here. This coat was amazing. Again, if it had a tag, I kind of like this hippie. If I buy things like this, I always use the word festival, but this was stunning. I couldn't find a size tag, but it was priced really well. I think it was leather. So if you need a cool coat, I left all of the things I've shown you behind, and they had some nice brands. Their coats were good. So I hope you enjoyed the store as much as I do. Thanks for watching.